up, guys? I know that all of you CrossFitters out there are super pressed for time, just like everybody else. You've got a lot going on in your life, but if you're doing CrossFit, you're probably the type of person that wants to get better. You want to get better at all the different movements of CrossFit and be the best CrossFitter that you can be. But if you only have an hour a day and you're doing your own programming, or you're doing CrossFit class programming, maybe sometimes the class programming is working on things that are already your strengths. So for example, say you're really good at deadlifts. Well, you need to be able to work on some things in that class that are going to help you with other movements. So I want to talk about how to incorporate skill work into your warm-ups that you can do in the class without being, you don't want to be rude to the coach and do something different than what the coach is doing. And I get that and understand that. Or, and you want to do what the class is doing and work out with the class. So I'm going to give you a few different warm-up tips and exercises that can help condense skill work down into that short time frame of class when you're, say you're working on a deadlift. So in class, say you're programming, you've got to work on, either 3x10 deadlifts, building to a heavy 5, building to a heavy 1 rep, whatever it might be. As you're building up in your deadlifts, when you have the light weight in the bar, you can start warming up with a snatch grip deadlift. So if you're somebody that's trying to work on Olympic lifting, you're trying to get better at Olympic lifting, as you warm up for that deadlift with the lighter weights, you can start with a snatch grip deadlift. You can even go through your pauses. You can even do a little pull. And you can work on hitting those positions as you're warming up for the deadlift. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So you might be really good at deadlift, but you need to work on your snatch positions. So you work on that. Maybe you even do, with the lighter weights, you do a little high pull. So you're getting some dynamic speed work, and you're also warming up that deadlift. Once the weight gets heavier and heavier and you can't do a snatch grip deadlift anymore, you work on the clean grip deadlift and work on your clean positions. Maybe you get some pauses in there on the way up. The idea is you're utilizing that time as you're already warming up and building up your weights for the deadlift to work on that snatch grip, or to work on the snatch positioning and work on that clean positioning on your way up. Another one, squat. So if you are getting ready to work up on a back squat, what I'll do is my first reps, overhead squat. Work on that overhead squat, and I'll overhead squat until that overhead squat's getting fairly heavy. Then I'll switch to a front squat. Work on my front squat. That way you're touching on that front squat. You're getting that work in on that front squat. Then finally, when the weight gets really too heavy to overhead or front squat, now beginning to work on that back squat. So what I'll do oftentimes, so that way I'm still priming my back squat, is say I'm with a light weight, I'll do overhead squat, then I'll do a back squat, and then I'll do a front squat. And that way I'm just working on all 3 and saving some time, working on each one. There is a time and a place where you need to just focus on the back squat or just focus on the deadlift. But if you're already good at back squats, your movement's real good in back squats or deadlift, and you need to work on something else in the warm-up, that's a quick way just to throw in some other movements. And as you build up, you're gonna get more touches on those movements per week. The more touches you get on those movements, the better you're gonna be. So I hope you can use that in your CrossFit class or in your programming to save time and help you get better by working on more